Hey there, I am Realtor Buke, and today we want to talk to the landlords, all right? We want to discuss the NYC CityFHEPS Rental Assistance Program and its benefits. But before I start, I want to give you a disclaimer. I'm not an affiliate of CityFHEPS. I don't get paid by CityFHEPS. There's no benefits coming to me from CityFHEPS, all right? Anything that I say right here is not the thoughts or statements of CityFHEPS, except for the statements that I derived or I grabbed straight off of the nyc.gov website. Also, let me state discrimination, and I'm reading this off the website. All right, I got this directly off the nyc.gov website, so you can actually go there and find it yourself. Discrimination based on lawful source of income is the illegal practice by landlords, owners, and real estate brokers for refusing to rent to current or prospective tenants seeking to pay for housing with housing assistance vouchers, subsidies, or any other form of public assistance. So let's keep that in mind. All right. So I'm going to start out with reading this other statement. All right. Leasing apartments to CityFHEPS voucher holders can benefit landlords in several ways. While leasing apartments to CityFHEPS voucher holders can have benefits, there are some considerations that may make some landlords hesitant. The easiest way for landlords to understand the program is to gather the facts and weigh the pros and cons. So let's just jump right into it and let's talk about both. All right, so let's talk about guaranteed rent payments. Now I'm going to read some of these things and then I'll elaborate at the same time. All right. CityFHEPS provides a stable source of income for landlords as the program ensures regular and timely rent payments, barring any extenuating circumstances or situations. Okay. So basically, it's a government funded program. Landlords, if you have a CityFHEPS voucher holder, you will be getting your payments directly from the program, the CityFHEPS program. All right. So that's pretty simple and plain. That's cut and dry. All right. Next, we're going to talk about the rents for the apartments. They're based on apartment size and indexed to the fair market rents for 1-year leases. So pretty much basically the CityFHEPS program figured out what the fair market rents are for the size apartments. If it's a 1-bedroom, if it's just a room, if it's a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and they are offering the same payments for fair market pricing. All right. So you don't have to feel like you're getting cheated. All right. The next two benefits that I'm going to read off are really great because you actually get them in one big lump payment. All right. So let me read this off for you. Number one, for new apartments. All right. So say if you have a tenant, this is your first time renting to this tenant, CityFHEPS will offer you this benefit. You can receive the first month's rent in full plus the next 3 months rent supplement up front. So when they say up front, that means you're actually going to receive 4 months worth of rent in your initial payment. All right. But now let me break down the supplement just so you understand. Again, you'll receive the first month's rent in full. The next 3 months, you'll receive the supplement. Now, what the supplement is CityFHEPS portion of the rent. So I'm going to break it down in simple numbers. Let's just say you're asking $1,500 for your rent. All right. You're going to get the full $1,500. You're going to get that full $1,500 for the first month's rent. The next 3 months are going to be broken down. Let's just say your tenant or your applicant's portion of the $1,500 is $300. That leaves $1,200 that CityFHEPS will pay. They will pay you $1,200, $1,200, and $1,200 plus the $1,500 all in one lump sum. All right. So hopefully that breaks it all down. It brings it all together. You understand you will receive the first month's rent plus the next 3 months rent supplement all in one lump sum payment in your initial payment. That's a benefit. So now the next part of that is pretty much the same, with the exception that this one is for rooms. If you're a landlord that has a room for rent, you won't just receive the first full month's rent and then 3 months of supplement. No, with the room, you'll receive the first 4 months rent in full up front. That means you're getting, if your room is $800 a month, you're going to get 800 plus 800 plus 800 plus 800 all in one lump initial payment. Your first payment is going to be 4 months worth of rent. That's a plus. Now, there is an exception to the rents on the rooms. If your applicant has a shelter allowance already in place, you will still get the first month rent in full. You will get that full $800. If your applicant's shelter allowance is $100, the next 3 months payment will be $700 from CityFHEPS. All right. So I want y'all to understand what the supplement is. Anyway around it, you're getting a full rent and it's still a bonus. It's a good deal. All right. And we're going to move on. Let's get to tenants or city voucher holders that have already been in your apartment and they have to renew. As I said earlier, CityFHEPS only pays for 1 year worth of lease and then they have to recertify. So it's always in your best interest that if you want to renew a lease for an existing CityFHEPS voucher holder, you want to speak to them about 2 or 3 months earlier and have them make sure that they're on the ball because they have to start recertifying. All right. So you really don't want to lapse. And if you can avoid it and your tenant wants to avoid any kind of eviction or whatever you want to do, whatever it comes down to, they might want to get on the ball a little earlier. So now, just to get into it now, if you have a returning or renewing tenant that's already been there, you will only get the first month's rent paid in full. You already got the bonus the year before. So now it's just a continuing payment. So guaranteed payment, which is always the bonus. Now here goes some other bonuses that they actually come with the CityFHEPS program. Now you'll have a wider tenant pool. All right. Now what that means is basically you have an empty apartment and you want to rent it. Now you can list it. You can list it on Craigslist. You can list it on Facebook. You can list it wherever you want to list it. Chances are you're going to get 1 or 2 or 3 people that come through that are actually serious and ready. And you can interview them and they might not be the ones that you want. With CityFHEPS, there's an array. There's a large candidacy out there. There's a large amount of approved applicants that are ready. So now you can sit there and you can go through a nice stack of applications that actually pick out the tenant that you like. All right. So that is a bonus, or not a bonus, but it is a plus. All right. Also, tagging along with that, you'll get reduced vacancy rates. All right. Because you may get on an average listing, you might get 1 or 2 or 3 applicants that come through. You don't want them. All right. And that happened over a week, 2 weeks, a month. Your place is still empty. But with that wider pool, you have so many people that you can interview, or so many applications you can go through, that basically you might have your place or be in the process of renting within the first week. All right. So reduced vacancy rates are also a benefit. Now, here's something that most landlords like when they're dealing with any type of program, is that you have timely inspection dates. So what we found is that with CityFHEPS, they're usually a lot quicker with their inspections than other programs. All right. Now, don't hold me to it because things come up. But again, what we found with the tenant voucher holders and approved apartments, that, CityFHEPS usually gets their inspectors in there kind of quickly, and they kind of get through that program, through the process of approving an apartment. Okay, this next benefit from CityFHEPS, let's talk about it. It's only allowed in certain circumstances. All right, so we would have to do the homework on it. Pretty much, well, actually, I'll tell you. It's called, well, I call it the process and allowance incentive, but CityFHEPS actually terms it as unit hold incentive. It's a unit hold incentive. Now, what this is CityFHEPS will pay a landlord up to 1 month to hold an apartment while they process the packet for applicant coming out of a shelter or coming out of a homeless situation. So that is a good one. Landlords, if you happen to use a realtor or a real estate professional to list your apartments, CityFHEPS will pay the broker's fee up to 15% of the annual rent. Hey, they're doing it for you. You're not paying that broker's fee now. That's a bonus. Okay. Wrapping this up, it is crucial. It's very important for landlords to be aware of the CityFHEPS requirements. All right. You need to comply with all of their requirements in order to get paid. Some of it is simple, some of it is not. But I mean, if your apartment is in order and you're a good landlord, you're pretty much going to breeze through it. You're going to keep your tenants, and you're going to keep your payments coming in without fail. All right. So it is definitely important to meet their requirements. And it's also important to talk to your applicants and make sure that they are in compliance. All right. Talk to them, get a good understanding of what you require, what CityFHEPS require, and what their job is to do, or what their duties are, and what their requirements are. And you pretty much will have a great rental relationship. Now, also, landlords, please, the fact that there are so many applicants at your disposal, do background checks, do thorough background checks. If you don't want to do a thorough background check, use a professional, use a real estate professional that will administer the background checks, the credit checks, the criminal history checks. They will do all of that for you. All right. Don't be penny wise, pound foolish, and just say, okay, hey, I like what you're saying to me, and I'm ready to have you come in. Use the benefit of having a slew of applicants at your disposal. Okay, so hopefully I've cleared up some of the misconceptions and given you better insight into the CityFHEPS program. Landlords, if you have an empty apartment or a room that you want to rent and you're interested in utilizing the CityFHEPS program and don't know how to navigate through it, reach out to me. All my info is down in the description. Also, if you're in the market of buying a home, selling a home, renting, buying, or leasing a commercial space, please reach out to me. All my info is down in the description. When you're ready, let's have a conversation so we can find out how to turn your real estate goals into real achievements. I'm Realtor Buke.
As always, if you find this information helpful, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of all new content as I post it.